what should I call you? Should I call you Tony, Mr. Lindsay?
No, Tony's fine. Please, Tony.
Tony is fine. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So, well, let's just start with you. So how long have you been an author?
I've been writing all my life. I've been published since 2000, 1999. I was first published by Black Worlds Press, which was Kwame Alexander, or it was, I think, Kwame Alexander's press. Then I was published by Urban Books, then Third World Press, then Penknife Press, then Urban Books again. And so I've actually self-published two or three, which is a very hard task. I don't know if I would do that again. It's very difficult. Um,
So you
that
kind of been bouncing around
yeah,
from
yeah. Well, when you've done something for a while, it you get you bounce around a bit when you've done it for a little while.
okay. So what inspired you to be an author?
As a kid, other kids enjoyed reading my stories. So I had people that liked it, so I kept doing it. I remember writing a Halloween story first, and everybody wanted to read it. So I kind of,
That's
hmm?
that's crazy. No, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to point out, like, I used when they used to have creative writing when I was in school, I
Hmm.
wrote a Halloween story too.
Okay.
And
And
my
people wanted to read it.
a classmate wanted to keep it. So
Okay. Saying, yeah. Halloween could be the indicator of a good writer, huh? Writing a good Halloween.
so okay.
Yeah, so
Now,
that's how I got started. And then I had the fortune of being in Chicago. And here we met Gwendolyn Brooks's daughter used to teach at our school. And
okay.
she would actually come up to the school. Gwendolyn Brooks would come up to the school, and she told us all we could write, and I believed her. So that was another influencing factor.
Oh, okay. So how did your peers or your family, how did they feel about you being an author?
Oh, they were very supportive. Um, my mother, on her 100th birthday, was plugging my books at her birthday party. So
Oh, that's sweet.
yeah, so
So people were like checking out your work at her party, huh?
yeah. Well, no, she was just bringing it up, so that was just good. But yeah, so I've had nothing but support. Wife, daughters, they also have supported the career.
You write from personal experience or is it just creative?
It's both, right? Um, I take some experience and I flip it over in the creative process. I may not write directly about that experience, but experience definitely motivate the story, or may motivate a new story, or will um, pepper the one I'm working on now. Add to the one I'm working on now. I don't write directly about situations I experience, but situations I experience will give me fodder, if you will,
Mhm.
for other stories, right?
Yeah.
Um, I may have a friend to get arrested, right? I may not write about that friend getting arrested, but I'll write about someone getting arrested, and that may be a very similar situation.
Do you see yourself in any of the characters that you write about?
The characters may share my opinions on issues, right? They I may put how I feel about something in the character's mind or in the character's life, but I don't see myself as the characters, but I do put my viewpoints or something that an opinion I may have. I may give it to a character and justify or not justify, but relay that opinion to the
Mhm.
readers.
I want to ask you, do you find it hard writing from a female's perspective, even though you're a male?
No, I think people are people, right? I think men and women are a lot similar. In Chasing It, the character is a trans guy or woman, and in More Boy Than Girl, biologically a girl, but a trans guy. So
Mhm.
I've even done that as well because of the gender issues or gender, and I like playing with writing, right? If I always wrote a guy I mean, I would probably get bored, right? So
Right.
I like mixing stuff up. I like being in that creative process. I like being involved in it.
Um, is Karen in the book someone you know?
Uh, she's built from different characters I know,
She's
right?
built.
From different, yeah, from different women I've seen in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she's a composite of different ones. Um, Younger, um, older. That's why I put her mom in there because I wanted to see the older as well. So yeah, she's built from different people that I know. Don't you know a Karen?
Yeah, I know, Karen.
Well, that was definitely a motif, right? I was showing that people reproduce themselves. And as a professor, I've heard the first person I heard say that was a teacher, right? Or professor. She was like, well, we generate people like ourselves. And that made me think about when I was writing. Um, Characters will, or parents, you're not going to make an exact duplicate of yourself, but if you teach the morals or opinions that you have, you teach those to your children. And Princess, dated men and wasn't didn't discriminate if they were married or single, you know. And she passed that on to her daughter. Her daughter saw the same things.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's basically a product of what, but her, I think the daughter just kind of conveyed it in a different way a little bit
Hmm.
compared to her mom. I
Hmm.
think that Karen was more of wanting men to provide for her versus her mother worked.
Hmm. Hmm.
Princess, I mean, not Princess, Karen was more like, I'm just going to, he's going to give me this, that, and this. Like, she really didn't, uh, her work ethic was different.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
She took on a role sort of to me of a, I don't want to say prostitute, but more like they say escort is more of
Hmm.
a glamorized term for it.
Hmm. But do you
But
think
she's
Karen
not
would
on the
consider
corner.
herself? Do you think she would consider herself an escort?
Do I think she'll consider herself? No.
Did you like going from character to character? Did you like the
The way you wrote it, yeah.
yeah?
So you aren't confused about who is who and who's telling what.
Hmm.
Like I like that setup in the book. No, I wasn't confused at all with that. Um,
Good, good.
I did like that because then you get to see what each person is thinking. Like
Hmm.
you're writing from each perspective of each person. And was that hard for you to do that part? Because you have
Uh-uh.
so many
No,
characters.
no. I wanted to cover the other woman and the wife's point of view. So that's why I did it that way. So you got Karen and then the wife, Karen, the wife, Karen, the wife. And I wanted the reader to be in both characters. I wanted them to see how the situation affected them both. So
And Rachel, it seemed like you were more focused on her a lot.
hmm, yeah. She represented the other wives too. It
Right?
was, yeah, it was Karen, Rachel, Karen, Rachel, Karen, Rachel throughout the whole book.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But if you notice, like the wives spoke too, but they didn't have their own.
Oh
Uh,
no, no. Yeah, I think
you
that
see
would have
what
been
I'm
a bit
saying?
much.
Like they didn't
Right,
have the Karen, Rachel.
right,
They were
right,
in Rachel's. Uh,
right.
yeah,
Rachel's, yeah, yeah. Just like the um mostly you heard their husbands through Karen. I mean you heard
right.
something, but most of them you heard Rachel's husband through her, but the other ones you heard through Karen.
Yeah. So I was
Hmm.
just like, oh, he's really focused on Rachel. Rachel, I know I understood Karen was gonna have her side because she's who she is, but the like why the other three women didn't get their own, you know, how you had it set up for with
Hmm.
Rachel. That's how you know when you reading a good book, when your emotions and stuff get attached with the characters that you're reading about.
That's true. That's true. Or if you really want to, start feeling for the characters.
But all the husbands, though, they, I think they provided for all the wives really
They
well,
did. They did. Yeah. And the
considering.
wives, yep. The wives had, I mean, so it wasn't about um because they were independent women, pretty
Yeah,
much,
they
you know.
weren't. Yeah, they weren't lacking at all either. They had good professions as well.
Hmm.
So, but usually, when a husband is having an affair, it's either one, is slacks.
You
One,
think so?
yeah, it's
Okay.
slacks. Like they can't keep up with the same. One of the households gonna have to. It's never balanced.
Mm,
It's
okay.
either one household may get all the time, but not the money. Another person may get all the money, but not the time. It's
Okay.
it's not like whereas with this, it was this was different. So that's where I just noticed that I'm like, well, they keeping it up pretty good. The only how they would have given away is because of the money transactions.
They would have got caught up in the staying out, or maybe taking a weekend trip or something along that line.
Yeah, because you're married and your
Hmm.
wife follows your everyday routine and with a husband as well.
Hmm.
Like you know what time your wife goes to work, what time she gets off, how her mood is, what she wears, what he wears, all these different things, but everything just lined up perfectly. And it's like,
Hmm. Well, they're not both, all of them are over 40, pretty much.
mhm,
So this is a different um, era, right? Husbands
mhm,
or different stages in life. Um,
mhm,
they both have time when they are not there. I think the older you get, there's more leeway, more time, more um, less the tracking of things, less or he get off at 5:30, he should be here. There's less of that because the jobs change, right? He may have a job where he has to travel to, or she may have to travel, you know, when they get unexpected travel. So things, or you could be part of an organization that requires you to be there. So there's not that the tight schedule, or the tight, not tight, but the reliableness changes the older one gets. There's
mhm.
more slack in your scheduling based on where you are in life. Things don't always stay like they are in your 20s and 30s. Your job may send you off, or
Yeah, true. But it seemed like it'd be vice versa because when you're
it's
young,
in both ways. Yeah, it's
yeah,
definitely both ways.
you're out here, so maybe you may be like what you said. You may give them that benefit of doubt because you're young. Like we're both trying to chase dreams. We're working a lot. We're doing this and
Right.
that. So, but when you get older, you kind of starting to mellow down.
Mm-hmm.
You get stuck in your routine, and you kind of like, okay, well, I know that. Where is he going? We're 40 and 50. Like, you're not partying anymore really like that or going out clubbing or doing whatever it is. So I don't know, just I see it the other way around, like how you just
Okay.
said it, but yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, there's no um guidebook or requirement, or for each marriage, right? There's
mhm.
some, and so um, yeah, it could feel like fiction, but to some people, they'll say, yeah, this is exactly how life goes.
So, you told me before when we first started talking that you was bouncing from publisher to publisher. So,
Uh-huh.
uh, are have you ever been, self-published, like you just did all the work on your own?
Yeah, I've done. I'm sorry, it
I
needs
know,
to be
it's
flashed
okay.
again. I've done three, but I think this one was self-published. Let me see. I think I self-published this one. I self-published um Melody Night, and then I self-published Melody Night, a Vampire Story, and then I just self-published. If I done self-published three, and those will be the last three.
I did watch the clip of your vampire. You sent it to me through the email. Is that
Oh
a new
yeah,
book?
yeah, that was me marketing. I was marketing. I had did a for what if I don't? I did a video clip, and the guy who did the video clip called me and said, "Do you have another one? I give you a great deal." So I gave him Melody Night, and so I sent out some marketing for that. Even though the book is old, the clip is new. So I was like, "Yeah, let me just see what you know." It actually sold some too. People responded and bought books
Yeah,
because of
because they
it.
probably weren't aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you put that clip out there and it probably caught their eye.
Mm-hmm. So he did
That
a
was
good job. He did What If I Don't too. There's a video clip for that one as well.
mm, okay. I know you have to
Yeah.
send it to me so I can see it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because I wouldn't mind reading more of your material.
Well, thank you.
Like I said, this was a very good book. It was decent.
It was just I was so this is
Challenging.
yeah, yeah. But that I'm it's out now. People are buying it. It's getting good reviews. So you may like that. What if I don't? It's a great cover too. The cover is exceptional.
Well, I'm gonna check it out and see.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on the publishing industry as of right now?
Um, I think they are like everybody else trying to adjust to the recent the new technology. Um, I think racism is still there. I believe that they have forgotten that black people buy books. They were reminded in the late 80s and early 90s that black not Toni Morrison, but disappearing acts, what's her name? What is this woman? She started a whole genre of people. She was the first person. Um, she'll come back to me. Or I just get up and find one of her books. But she reminded them that black people read. So then we all came behind her. And Terry McMillan. Well, that's crazy. I couldn't.
That did the movie. Yeah, she did a lot of movies and stuff too.
Yeah, a lot of movies, a lot of books. But she reminded publishing, New York publishing companies that black people do read because she was selling a ton of books. And
Mm-hmm.
so I think they need to be reminded again that we do read.
Would you ever consider having AI write any of your material?
No, no, not at all. Um, the creative process is, I think, a human process. Um, and I don't know if AI knows how a person would feel, can express a human's thoughts and feelings and opinions. AI may be able to create a good scene, but as far as the thought processes of a human, I don't
Mhm.
think so. I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, you can I
But
read a couple of things with AI, but you can tell that the emotions is missing in some of the stuff. So it's
I
just
could,
kinda
yeah,
but people are
because
playing with it though. They are using
well, I wish
AI tools to write material.
well that maybe a writer doesn't enjoy writing too, though. If you don't
Mm,
enjoy writing and you can have a machine write it for you, maybe yeah. But
mm,
I enjoy creating the situations. I enjoy developing the scenes, the rooms, and I like knowing that the person. I write trying to bring a person away from where they are. I write wanting to put a person in this story. So if
mhm,
AI did that for me, then where's my creativity? Where's my joy of writing and putting that person in that room? If I can say, "Oh, the room was stuffy and smelled of dead mice,"
mhm,
people want to get away from that, but I
mhm.
made them want to get away from that, you
Right.
know.
Just
Nobody
your
wants to be in the
description.
stuff. Exactly. So I enjoy doing that, but maybe everybody won't enjoy doing that, and they may think AI could do it. I don't know. So
Hmm.
I guess my short answer would be no, I don't think I would have AI writing for me.
Okay. Um, what would you tell someone um, that is inspiring to be an author? What advice would you give them?
I'll make sure that's what you want to do. And make sure you're doing it to create something, right?
Hmm.
Um, if you really don't give up, the market is tight. Um, read a lot, right? Don't just read the genre you want to write in, read other genres.
Hmm.
Because you understand timing. You'll develop an understanding of what should, but you won't get that from inexperience. You got to read because you got to know what you want to do, right? You have to see examples.
Right.
People don't become singers without knowing how many bars are in a song or whatever things are. So you have to understand the mechanics of it and the mechanics to a story, right? You got to understand where commas go and stuff. Well, what does it mean to put in ellipses in a story? What does it mean to have a climax? So read,
Okay.
take a class or two. Don't think just because your uncle read your story and told you it was good that it's good.
Well, I mean, it's a start, right?
It is a start. It's a start. It is. That's where we start. But I mean,
Okay. So other
just
than
like
your
what?
oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna
Other
say
than
other than your own material, what type of books do you like to read?
Oh, I read everything. I read murder mysteries. I read urban. I read chick lit. I read biographies. I read historical fiction. I think reading is fundamental to being a writer
Okay.
because you gotta you gotta read. At least, let me correct that. Reading is fundamental for me being a writer.
Do you have a favorite author out of all those books you have?
Oh, I got a lot of favorite. Well, not one favorite, but I read Toni Morrison. I read Walter Mosley. I read Chester Himes, um, Zora Neale Hurston, Langston Hughes. Here, let me show you what's above my desk. Um, I don't know if you can see that, but those are
Yeah,
portraits. Yeah,
I
of
see the
Zora.
picture.
Yep, Zora and Langston.
Okay.
Yeah, but I enjoy. I like Quran. I read. I like not everybody, but I read a lot.
You give some you'll give people a chance, huh?
Yeah, yep, yep. I read a lot. Yeah, but I'm
Okay.
a writer. Yeah, I'm teaching tonight, and I'm taking in a Baldwin, the letter he wrote to his nephew. I'm taking that to the students because we're arguing whether or not James Baldwin should be taught. So I'm exposing them to some of his brief writing. So,
He's a bit uh I watched some of his commentary. I never read none of his material.
oh, well,
He's a
yeah, well,
bit um I can't think of the word right now.
yeah,
A
he's a
political activist, like I
civil
get
rights activist. Yeah, he was a civil rights activist. Yes, he was, but he was also a great writer. Go Tell It on the Mountain, which was probably one of my favorites. But I got his book of essays that I am reading now.
oh, okay.
Tony
Yeah, because
Tony
I watched
Morris.
some.
Yeah, yeah, he's a good guy to know about. So the students are going to read his letter to his nephew today.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, I'm going to close it out by asking you some quick questions. There is no
okay,
wrong or right answers. You just, whatever comes to your mind first, just go with the flow.
no problem.
Okay. So the first question is, do you prefer to watch football or basketball?
Football
And why?
and basketball. Um, More players on the football field. I enjoy basketball too, but there's still team reliance in basketball. but there's more of it in football, right? Um, and I played more football than I played basketball.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
was an athlete when you were growing up?
Oh yeah, well, we all played sports as a
Yeah.
kid, but
Well, there's a
I
lot
didn't
of
play.
people who didn't play sports when they were younger.
Oh well, my neighborhood you did.
Oh, okay.
We, and I played, and I would play. I would prefer. I played basketball, but I preferred football.
Okay.
Mm.
Um, do you prefer spades or Uno?
Wow, wow. I guess it depends on who's there, right? Uh,
Okay.
um, but spades is more social because Uno people, but then they be want to cheat and fight in Uno too.
Well, I was about to say it could get just as
You know, um, I'm gonna go with spades because it's older, right? And more people play spades than Uno. Um,
Okay.
my age group, more people would play spades. If I pull out Uno, now if I'm playing with my daughter's generation, then Uno. But people my age and older, it's gonna be
Mhm.
spade Midwest.
I'll take that. Would you
Mhm.
prefer to watch a movie or read a book?
Um, Depends on the book and the movie. Probably read a book. I will watch movies. I watch more movies than books I read, but I would prefer probably to read a book because um, I got a lot of books to read, and I can relate.
You sure do. And that closet back there,
Yeah,
yours.
yeah, yeah,
Got a lot of catching up to do.
exactly. So,
Do you prefer to work indoors or outdoors?
is it for work or just? I mean, like to
Work for
say
work,
I would.
like with like a
Oh,
profession.
indoors. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. And last question. Are you a part of a book club?
I am a book club and a writers group.
That's good. That's good to hear. Well, I want you to be a part of my book club. I
Okay.
am on YouTube. I explained that to you when we first got on this interview that I do have a YouTube channel that I'm starting with a lot of authors' interviews, and it's called My Red Book Club Podcast. And like I said, your interview is one of many that I'm going to start posting on there. Your
Okay.
interview, yeah, I would really love it if you could subscribe to my channel and check me out and support
And it's
my
called NY
commentary.
Red.
Yeah, it's Nye Red. It's NYRE
Okay. I'll go
book.
now. I'll
Yep.
subscribe now.
Once again, thank you, Tony, for taking your time out your day to do this
Well, thank
interview
you,
with me.
Nine. Thank you so much. And please keep in touch. Talk to you
I
soon.
will. And you have a
All
good
right.
day.
You too, dear.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mhm.